CMD has been the most impactful thing that we've found since getting a diagnosis. Without having that organisation that was started by parents with affected kids, we would have really lacked enough resources to know what we would be dealing with and how to support Bella and how to know what to expect and plan for that. It's been a complete miracle for us to find an organisation like CMD.
Everything we do is the voice of the affected individual. From funding research to finding researchers who are affected themselves and funding their projects, to hosting programs, webinars, care guidelines for pulmonary care. All of these things are, what is the patient voice and what do they need?
Once we found CMD, there was so much knowledge available to us on their website, articles, people we could contact, support groups online. Really opened our eyes to understand what it was that we were dealing with Kiera, what opportunities were out there for her, what other families were going through.
When I was first diagnosed, there was family conferences. Those were really formative for me and for my parents being able to meet other people with CMD and for them being able to meet other parents of kids who had it and meet adults with CMD.
The talks, seeing two teenage girls on YouTube talk about their condition and how they navigate school, and it's really cool to see that, just a fresh perspective, not like reading medical jargon all the time.
CMD, they have a set of tools that are very important for research. They have a registry, so you know where the patients are, how many surveys about how the patient feel about the disease, patient or families.
We started a registry in 2009, and we started with a registry of 0, and we now have over 3,200 people in that patient registry. We started picking up a lot of momentum, and I now have somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 people engaged. So we've grown incredibly.
CMD has the registry attached to a tissue bank and a cell bank, so researchers can ask for these tissues to be sent to their labs to work on the muscle of the patient or cells from the patient. In the labs, they use those tools to develop better models to test therapies. The technology is evolving in a very interesting and important way.
We as an organization do everything we can to try and level out that playing field for people of different socioeconomic backgrounds. We offer scholarships to families to come to our conferences. We do outreach. We translate as many of our materials as we possibly can to make it as accessible to different people around the world. But it's the drop in the bucket compared to what is needed.
We are at the point of the development of technologies and potential therapies that we need an increase in the flow of funding for these opportunities.
CMD has been able to fund over $3 million in research. A lot of those have been smaller grants, and we want to expand that. We want to be able to fund larger grants where we can start really directing and accelerating the research across all of our subtypes.
As CMD families, there's only so much we can do without support.
This is the one thing that is a yes, right? Yes, we're showing up for you. Yes, you're raising money today. And yes, this is going to impact CMD, and every single dollar is making a major impact.
Not only do they provide us hope for the future and the work that they do, but they give us the support that we need in the here and now. And it's both in good times and in really bad times. The CMD community is there for us.
It is mountains for us. Look at Marty, our life, and there is happiness and joy and goodness out of what is otherwise a difficult hand.
They just remind me that I'm not the only kid with congenital muscular dystrophy.